Shabbat Shalom. This is Parshat Korach, introduces us to the infamous rebellion of Korach and his followers against the authority of Moses and the Torah. Korach accuses Moses of nepotism, of appointing his brother Aaron as high priest, of appointing his tribe as the house of Levi. We find complaint after complaint. Korach v'chol adato, it says, Korach and all his followers. And it appears if there's this massive people that are coming towards Moses, all of them united in their goal to behind Korach and his attack against the authority of Moses. And when Moses offers his suggestions of solution to the problems, he does something which is phenomenal, amazing, and one that is critical for us and our thinking of how to deal with problems. Korach gathers all the people around him, and he runs a campaign saying, Kulam Kudashim, we are all holy. We all heard God's voice at Mount Sinai. We should all be Kohanim. And people rally to his cause. Until this time, no one wanted to attack Moses. He was the leader. He had taken the Jews out of Egypt, done all the miracles. But now, after the failure of the spies, now Korach strikes. And Moses himself is shocked by the response. Korach was his first cousin. Of anything, he was the one who benefited greatly. He was from the house of Levi. He was a cousin of Moses. He had all this authority. But nevertheless, Korach leads the rebellion. And everyone with a gripe against Moses jumps on board. Datan and Aviram, On ben Pelet, the 250 elders. It all appears as if they're there with Korach. But then Moses does something fantastic. After the initial complaint of Korach and all his followers, he begins to separate the groups. And he realizes that it's not monolithic. That all the people that are coming, each have their own particular gripe. And each one needs to be dealt with on their own. There's the Korach complaint. Well, although he's claiming that we are all holy, really he wants to be high priest. The 250 elders, according to tradition from the tribe of Reuven was the firstborn of Jacob. They lost out the rights to serve in the temple as a right of the firstborn with the sin of the golden calf. They had their particular gripe, which was different from Korach. When Moses goes to Datan and Aviram and says, what's going on here, guys? They say to him, you have failed us because you took us from the land of milk and honey. You couldn't even bring us to the land of milk and honey. It was a completely different complaint. And that's Moses, having spent time looking at, analyzing what each of the complaints were, was able to strategize and respond to each of them individually. The power of this approach is something not to be missed. Too often, when we hear complaints, we see lots of people complaining and joining in the complaint, we assume everyone is united. But it's only when we take a bit of time to ask them, what exactly is bothering you, that we find that A does not have the same issue as what B has. Yes, they all rallied under Korach, but each had their own particular gripe about what was going on. And this is the genius of Moses and his success as a leader. When it comes to leading, one's response has to be, what is going on over here? Why are people so upset? And then let me seek to understand. Let me listen to them. Let me find out what their complaint is, and then I can act and respond. And in each of the responses, Moses does something that deals with the situation. There are certain things he can't deal with. They are stuck in the desert for 40 years. Korach, nothing I can do. Right? We've mucked it up. We're here for 40 years. Korach, you want to be the high priest? You want to challenge Aaron? Okay, bring the Ketoret tomorrow. B'nai Reuven, you think you guys are the Levites? Okay, you do your thing. Each of them had a different motivation for joining the rebellion. The Korach was smart enough to tap into the anger each of all the different factions and unite them under a common banner. Moses was smart enough and sensitive enough to realize that there was not one complaint, but multiple complaints. When we hear people complaining and people angry, it is always good to follow the path of Moses, to spend a bit of time, not jump to conclusions, hear them out, hear what they have to say, and then try and find solutions that can resolve the situation. Shabbat Shalom.